The time of testing is coming now, and it is arriving with a force and urgency that cannot be ignored. This is the moment when the comfort of ease fades away, and the real measure of who we are begins to surface. You see, testing reveals true character. It is in the crucible of challenge that your real self emerges, not in comfort, but in trial. It is easy to walk with confidence when the path is smooth, but it is when the winds blow harsh and the road becomes rough that the strength of your spirit is truly seen. Many people shy away from tests and trials, but they fail to understand that testing is not the enemy. Testing is a divine appointment, a necessary moment in the journey of growth. It is through testing that hidden strengths are uncovered and weaknesses are exposed so they can be addressed. The tests coming are not designed to destroy you. Rather, they are crafted to refine you, to shape you into the person you are meant to be. When you face these moments, remember, you are being prepared for something greater than the challenge itself. Preparation is not something to be taken lightly. Those who find success in the time of testing are not accidental winners. They are the ones who have spent time in preparation, preparing their minds with knowledge, preparing their hearts with conviction, and preparing their spirits with faith. Testing does not come without warning. It is always preceded by a season of preparation. The question is, how ready are you? Have you built the foundation that will hold you steady when the storm hits? The time to prepare is now because the testing is on the horizon. When the test comes, your reaction will determine your future. Some will crumble under pressure, others will stand firm. But those who stand firm do so because they understand that testing is not punishment but a pathway. Each test is a stepping stone placed before you, an opportunity to climb higher and achieve more than you ever thought possible. It may seem overwhelming in the moment, but the test is designed to unlock your potential, to push you beyond your limits, so that you discover the greatness that lies within. In these moments, your faith and focus must become your anchors. When the storms rage and the waves threaten to overwhelm you, it is your belief in yourself and your purpose that will keep you steady. Focus is the discipline of the mind to stay fixed on the goal despite distractions. Faith is the strength of the heart to believe in what is not yet seen. Without these two, the testing will feel unbearable, and the temptation to give up will be strong. But with faith and focus, you will find a peace that surpasses understanding, a calm in the midst of chaos. Endurance is the secret weapon in the time of testing. It is not enough to start strong. The journey requires you to keep going, even when the finish line is out of sight. Endurance builds resilience, and resilience builds character. When you refuse to give up, you are training yourself to withstand greater challenges. Each moment you endure is a victory that strengthens your ability to face the next test with greater confidence. Remember, diamonds are created under pressure. The more pressure you endure, the more brilliant your life becomes. Excuses will come, voices will try to convince you that you are not ready, not strong enough, or not capable. But the time for excuses is over. The time for action is now. The testing hour is not a time to hesitate or delay. It demands your courage, your boldness, and your unwavering commitment. This is your moment to step into the fullness of who you are, to rise above fear and doubt, and to seize the opportunities hidden within the challenges. Every test is a call to move forward, to grow, and to become more than you ever imagined. The time of testing reveals those who are prepared and those who are not. It exposes the foundation upon which your life is built. If you have invested in your growth, nurtured your faith, and sharpened your focus, you will pass through the trial victorious. But if you have neglected these essentials, the testing will serve as a wake-up call, a signal that change is necessary if you want to thrive beyond the moment. Do not fear the testing, embrace it. Recognize that it is an essential part of your journey. When you are tested, it is because you are on the threshold of a new season, a higher level of responsibility, and a greater purpose. The trials that come are not meant to break you, but to build you. Stand tall, prepare diligently, hold fast to your faith, and endure with courage. The time of testing is coming now. Preparation precedes testing. It is a universal principle that cannot be ignored or bypassed. Those who succeed in their tests are not merely lucky or favored by chance. They are the ones who have spent time preparing their minds, hearts, and spirits beforehand. Preparation is the quiet work done long before the storm arrives. It is the unseen labor, the discipline, the focus that lays a foundation strong enough to carry you through the trials ahead. Think about any great achievement or success story you know. Behind every victory, there is a season of preparation. Athletes do not just perform well on game day, they train tirelessly, day after day, Scholars do not excel at exams without studying long hours beforehand. Leaders do not rise to the occasion without first cultivating wisdom, patience, and courage in times of peace. The time of testing demands that you come ready, equipped, and disciplined. Preparing your mind means feeding it with knowledge, wisdom, and clarity. It means learning from past experiences, observing your environment, and understanding the challenges that may come. When your mind is prepared, confusion and fear lose their grip because you have already anticipated obstacles and have a plan to overcome them. Preparation clears the fog of uncertainty and sharpens your vision, allowing you to see opportunities within difficulties. Preparing your heart is equally important. The heart governs your emotions, your desires, and your motivation. If your heart is not prepared, you will falter when faced with disappointment or setbacks. Preparation of the heart means cultivating patience, resilience, and a deep sense of purpose. It means aligning your desires with your higher goals and nurturing hope, even when circumstances seem bleak. A prepared heart remains steady and unshaken, even when tests try to shake your confidence. Preparation of the spirit is what gives you strength beyond your own abilities. It is the inner connection to a source of wisdom, peace, and power greater than yourself. When your spirit is prepared, you carry within you a resilience that no external force can destroy. Spiritual preparation means practicing discipline, faith, and prayer. It is the quiet confidence that you are not alone, that you are equipped with the strength to endure and overcome. This inner fortitude is what separates those who merely survive testing from those who thrive because of it. Many people rush into trials unprepared and wonder why they fail or why the struggle feels overwhelming. But failure often begins long before the test. Failure begins when preparation is neglected. To succeed, you must be intentional about preparing in every area of your life. Time invested now in preparation will pay dividends when the test arrives. The energy, discipline, and focus you give today become your shield and weapon tomorrow. In the time of testing, you will be forced to perform under pressure. Without preparation, pressure becomes unbearable and leads to collapse. But with preparation, pressure becomes the forge that strengthens your resolve and arms your skills. It is not enough to hope for success. You must create conditions for success through consistent preparation. So look ahead to the testing that is coming and ask yourself, how prepared am I? Am I training my mind to think clearly and strategically? Am I nurturing my heart to remain strong and hopeful? Am I strengthening my spirit to withstand challenges with courage and faith? If your answer is not a confident yes, then now is the time to begin. The time to prepare is always before the test, never after. Preparation is the secret that sets successful people apart from those who fall short. It is the bridge between potential and performance, between dreaming and achieving. You cannot afford to ignore it or postpone it. When the time of testing comes, and it will, your preparation will determine not just if you survive, but if you emerge stronger, wiser, and victorious. Testing is not punishment, but a pathway. Too often we look at trials and challenges as if they were punishments handed down to us by fate or circumstance. We see the difficulty and immediately assume it is a setback, a sign that something is wrong, or that we are being singled out unfairly. But this is a misunderstanding of the true purpose of testing. Every test is designed to elevate you, to push you into your next level of greatness. Think about it. If testing were merely punishment, why would it often lead to growth, breakthrough, and transformation? The very difficulties we face carry within them the seeds of opportunity. They are the doorways to a higher level of performance, a deeper wisdom, and a stronger character. When you begin to view testing as a pathway rather than a punishment, your entire perspective shifts. Challenges become invitations to grow, not reasons to give up. The pathway of testing is a divine process of elevation. It pushes you beyond what you thought was possible, stretches you out of your comfort zone, and compels you to develop qualities you might never have discovered otherwise. It forces you to tap into reserves of strength, creativity, and faith that lie dormant until awakened by pressure. In this way, every test is an opportunity to ascend to a new height in your life. If you look at the great leaders, innovators, and heroes throughout history, you will see that their greatest achievements were born out of their greatest tests. The pathway they walked was marked by trials, but they understood that these were not walls blocking their way. They were stepping stones lifting them higher. They saw the purpose behind the pain and the design within the difficulty. That same mindset is available to you now. When you face testing, remind yourself that it is shaping you for something greater. It is aligning you with your destiny by molding your character, sharpening your skills, and building your resilience. The pressure you feel is not crushing you, it is refining you. The obstacles you encounter are not meant to stop you. They are there to redirect you onto a path that leads to growth and success. Sometimes the pathway will feel narrow and steep, and the climb will seem exhausting. But it is in the climb that you gain perspective, endurance, and wisdom. The journey through testing develops patience and humility, teaches you to rely on inner strength and higher guidance, and reveals the depth of your potential. When you embrace testing as a pathway, you stop resisting it and start learning from it. Every test you face is a unique opportunity to rise above your current limitations and become more than you were yesterday. It is an appointment with your own greatness. Refuse to view it as a curse or a setback. Instead, see it as a divine mechanism designed to elevate you, to push you into your next level of greatness. This is not a time to shrink back or to despair. It is a time to press forward with courage and faith, knowing that the pathway of testing leads to your highest destiny. Faith and focus must be your anchors. In the midst of testing, when the storms rage and everything around you seems uncertain and chaotic, it is these two, faith and focus, that will hold you steady. Life will never guarantee smooth sailing. Challenges will come, sometimes unexpectedly, shaking your foundation. But if your faith is strong and your focus unwavering, you will not be swept away by the currents of doubt, fear, or distraction. Faith is more than just hope or wishful thinking. It is a deep, unshakable conviction that there is a purpose behind the testing, that something greater is at work, and that you have the strength to endure and overcome. Faith connects you to a source of power beyond your own abilities. It is the inner assurance that even when circumstances look bleak, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, a victory waiting for you on the other side. Without faith, testing feels unbearable. With faith, testing becomes a stepping stone. Focus, on the other hand, is the discipline of the mind. It means keeping your eyes on the goal, not allowing distractions or setbacks to pull you off course. In times of trial, it is easy to become overwhelmed by the noise of uncertainty and fear. But focus is the laser beam that cuts through confusion, helping you see clearly where you need to go and what you need to do. It is the concentration that allows you to apply your energy and resources wisely instead of scattering them in frustration or despair. Together, faith and focus create a powerful anchor that prevents you from drifting away when the storms come. They keep you grounded in your purpose and resilient in your resolve. When you cultivate faith, you nurture hope and confidence. When you cultivate focus, you harness discipline and clarity. The combination of both is essential to navigating through testing with strength and dignity. Many people fail tests not because they lack ability, but because they lose their faith or lose their focus. They allow fear to take root, or they become distracted by temporary discomfort, instead of keeping their eyes on the ultimate prize. But those who succeed are the ones who anchor themselves in faith and focus. They refuse to let circumstances dictate their outcome. They trust that the process has meaning and maintain the discipline to move forward step by step. So when the time of testing comes, remember to hold tightly to your faith. Believe in your purpose, believe in your strength, and believe that every trial is temporary and transformative. At the same time, sharpen your focus. Eliminate distractions, stay disciplined, and direct your efforts toward the goals that matter most. With faith and focus as your anchors, no storm can break you, no test can overwhelm you, and no challenge can derail your journey to success. Endurance in testing builds resilience. There is a powerful truth in the principle that the longer you stand strong in adversity, the stronger and wiser you become. Testing is rarely quick or easy. It often requires patience, persistence, and a refusal to give up when the pressure seems unbearable. Endurance is the quality that keeps you moving forward when everything inside you is screaming to stop. It is the steady heartbeat of victory in the midst of struggle. Think about the strongest trees. They don't grow overnight. They endure storms, winds, and droughts year after year. And it is through that endurance that they develop deep roots and unshakable strength. People are the same. The longer you hold your ground in difficult times, the more resilient you become. Resilience is not just about bouncing back after a fall. It is about growing stronger through every fall, every struggle, and every challenge you face. Testing stretches you and exposes your weaknesses, but endurance turns those weaknesses into strengths. When you refuse to quit, you teach yourself valuable lessons about patience, courage, and determination. Each moment you persevere adds to your wisdom because you learn what works, what doesn't, and how to navigate obstacles better next time. The test is not just about passing through. It is about emerging transformed, more capable, and better equipped for the future. Endurance also builds confidence. When you look back and see how many times you stood firm despite difficulties, you gain faith in your ability to handle whatever comes next. This confidence fuels your resilience, creating a cycle of strength that grows with every challenge overcome. Without endurance, resilience is fragile and fleeting. But with endurance, resilience becomes a powerful force that carries you through even the toughest seasons. Many give up too soon, right before breakthrough. They fail to realize that endurance is the bridge between struggle and success. The moment you think about quitting may be the very moment you are closest to victory. The longer you stand strong in adversity, the more you train yourself to withstand greater challenges, and the more wisdom you gain to handle life's complexities. So when the time of testing comes, commit to endurance. Don't just survive the storm. Stand firm in it, learn from it, and let it build your resilience. Know that each step you take forward, even when it's hard, is strengthening your spirit and preparing you for the greater things ahead. Endurance is not easy, but it is essential. It is the quality that transforms testing from a trial into a triumph, and it is the foundation of true lasting success. The time for excuses is over. The time for action is now. There comes a moment in every journey when hesitation must give way to decisiveness, when the voice of doubt and procrastination must be silenced by the sound of bold steps forward. The hour is at hand, and it demands your courage, your boldness, and your faith to move forward. This is not a time for waiting, wondering, or second-guessing yourself. It is a time to rise up, take your place, and step into the destiny that is calling you. Excuses are the enemy of progress. They are the whispers of fear disguised as reasons to delay or avoid the hard work. Too many people allow excuses to chain them to the familiar, to comfort zones that no longer serve their growth. But the testing time does not afford you the luxury of excuses. It calls for action, immediate, intentional, and persistent action. The moment you recognize that the time for action has come, you must respond with a heart full of courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the willingness to act in spite of fear. Boldness is the refusal to be paralyzed by uncertainty. Faith is the trust that when you take the step, the path will be revealed. These qualities together form the foundation of movement in times of testing. Without them, you remain stuck watching opportunities pass by. With them, you move forward, breaking through barriers and making progress, even when the outcome is not yet clear. The hour demands more than good intentions or hopes for a better future. It demands your presence, your effort, and your commitment to do what must be done. The testing you face is not a signal to retreat, but a call to advance. It requires you to be proactive, seeking solutions, embracing challenges, and refusing to let fear dictate your response. Bold action creates momentum, and momentum carries you through the toughest seasons. Remember, history is written by those who refuse to wait for perfect conditions. The greatest achievements come from those who decide that now is the time, that no excuse is acceptable, and that they will move forward regardless of obstacles. The hour is at hand for you. Your moment has arrived. Will you answer the call with courage, boldness, and faith? Will you choose action over hesitation? The choice is yours, but know this: the time for excuses is over. The time for action is now. Step forward with confidence, knowing that every bold move you make brings you closer to the breakthrough and victory that testing is designed to produce. As we stand on the threshold of this time of testing, remember this: testing is not the end. It is the beginning of a new chapter in your life. It is the fire that forges greatness, the pressure that reveals your true strength, and the pathway that leads you to your destiny. Do not fear the challenge before you, for it carries within it the seeds of your breakthrough. Prepare your mind, steady your heart, anchor your spirit in faith, and hold fast with endurance. The excuses that once held you back have no place here. Now is the time to act boldly, to move forward with courage, and to claim the victory that is already yours. The hour has come. Rise up, stand firm, and step into your greatness, because the world is waiting for the fullness of who you are meant to be.